My 27F husband, 29M, won't let me join him on family getaway. My 27F husband, 29M, won't let me, our 3-month-old son, and our dog go on a weekend family getaway with him. My husband's father, stepmother, sister, brother-in-law, and our niece are going to WV to ride side-by-sides from Friday to Sunday. They were originally going to go nigh weekend, but some were sick. They rescheduled for this weekend and had invited us to stay in a 3x3 ba cabin with them. My husband had decided that he was going to go and that me, the baby, and our dog, were going to stay behind. I have voiced my opinion that I didn't want him to go. I didn't want to be alone given that where they are going is 5 hours away. When he argued with me, I told him that I would like to join him. He reiterated tonight that he said we shouldn't go. I had found an Airbnb for our little family that is 5 minutes away from where the other crew is staying. I texted him the link while he was at work and asked him if he saw it when he got home. He replied, "Yes, I know where that's at." I would also like to note that tomorrow is his birthday. He is planning on leaving tomorrow afternoon to spend the night in his truck until his family shows up Friday morning and they check in the cabin. I also have it on good authority. VIL's father stupidly posted a picture that had a section of niece's big sis sweatshirt on FB. That my husband's sister will announce that they are expecting their second baby. And I would like to be there to celebrate. I have already voiced my opinion to him. And he doesn't care. How would y'all proceed? It doesn't sound like he likes you at all. He's literally going to sleep in his truck just to have an extra day away from you. What does that tell you about the state of your marriage? Is this normal for him? New since the baby was born? I am going to be a typical Redditor and jump right to divorce. Reasons are: 1. Husband does not want to spend his birthday with you and his child. He would rather sleep in a truck. 2. Husband does not even give you a good excuse. You voiced your opinion, and he doesn't care. 3. He seems to be hiding you from his family. Never a good sign. Maybe a better title to this would be, Husband upset that the locks to our house were changed when he decided the baby and I were not welcome to his family's weekend away. What a jerk your husband is. Info. I feel like we're missing some context. Why doesn't he want you to join them? This man doesn't love you. He doesn't even like you. You and your child deserve better than this. Kindly. Anyone is too good for this. Stop being his doormat to leave at home in the rain and wipe his feet on whenever he likes. You have to see the writing is on the wall here. He wants to run off early to vacation with his family, leaving you and a newborn at home. How does that make sense? Other than him wanting to run away from you too, did he even indicate why he is adamant about going alone? In the comments you mention that he's told you that you could have it worse whenever you express your feelings. Why are you with him? He doesn't respect you enough to even be comforting. I mean, he rather spend his birthday sleeping in a truck versus being at home. You may want to reconsider being a Psalm. With the way he's being, you want to be prepared to leave. He isn't any prize, so just think, you could do better. I'd be wondering if he is actually going to stay with family or who else might be joining them. Are you in contact with any of them? In good terms? Do they know he told you that you can't go? What do they think? Would they cover for him? Was he really with Dad before or some other woman and Dad is covering? So many questions and suspicions. Is his phone synced to any devices you have access to? Can you snoop? Update me. Oh hun, are you sure he's alone in his truck? If he's leaving tomorrow, start looking for lawyers. Maybe marriage counselors too. Sounds like you need a weekend away and he can watch his child. Has he been actively involved as a parent? Honestly, the most generous analysis of his behavior is that he wants a break from being a dad. But even that generous view still makes him seem somewhat sexist. Because you aren't able to take those breaks, especially if you're breastfeeding. He's sleeping in his truck. Yeah, sure, whatever you say. Change the locks. Tell him it's okay. You're going for a weekend with your family to somewhere he's mentioned wanting to go with his family. Tell him he can have more time away from you and his son this way. Divorce attorney. Is staying in his truck code for hooking up with someone else? Yeah, let him go and take the opportunity to move out with your kid and dog somewhere where there's people who actually want you around. What type of husband and father leaves his wife alone with their 3-month-old baby? You and your child are at your most vulnerable right now, and instead of staying home to provide and protect you, he leaves. Bet he considers himself an alpha. Throw the whole man away. I don't want to be that person. But you asked what I would do. I would divorce him. I've read your other comments. That man is not a good person. He's gearing up to financially abuse you. Me big man. Bring home bacon. You do, I say. He's already emotionally abusing you. He accused you of trying to trap him with a baby 3 months after you were married. The mental gymnastics this guy is doing just to keep you in your place is astounding. And if you had told me it's his stepsister and not bio sister, I would have said he was totally banging her the way he lets her dictate his life and the way he lets her treat you. Still not off the table, because we all know there are people out there like that. But I digress. You need to get back to work. I know that's hard, not only because of baby, but you have to have a way to take care of yourselves should you actually start looking into divorce. If he even gets a tiny whiff of what you're thinking, he could withhold all monies and leave you trapped. Or he could move all your assets to a him-only account and leave you stranded. Make an exit strategy. Even if you work things out and never have to use it, make one. You have a child to think about in addition to yourself now. And don't even go into, but he's the baby's father. He's got rights. You're not taking any rights away by protecting yourselves. But he's deliberately choosing to neglect his child. His rights be damned. My husband would be upset if I didn't want to go on a family getaway. He would never think of excluding me from the info you gave us. He doesn't love you or the baby. I don't even know why he proposed to you if this is the way he acts all of the time. Good luck, op, and make that exit strategy. He's not sleeping in his truck. And if he is, he's literally sleeping outdoors in January to stay away from you and the baby. He does not want to be married to you. I'm sorry. You deserve so much better than him. Do you know what excuse he plans to give his family for why you and the baby aren't there? He will likely lie and say you didn't want to go. My guess is that he didn't want to be a father, and/or he is actively choosing his family of origin over you and your baby. You have several options. You can show up anyway and take a separate car and surprise him and see if he really is there with the rest of his family. In your shoes, I'd be researching divorce lawyers and therapists and figuring out what I want to do about my marriage. And I wouldn't tell him about any of that. I'd be very quiet about lawyers and therapists until I had come to my own final decision. Girl, can you really not see that this man doesn't even like you? He wants to spend his birthday away from you and even sleep in his truck, which is code for banging someone he's been seeing for a while now during those trips with his dad that he took. Please wake up. Don't ever depend on a man financially.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.